Welcome back to the Santelli Exchange, of course, part of Squawk on the Street. Interest rates, they continue to be more than well observed these days, and even though they're at levels that are significantly lower than they were just not that many hours ago. We briefly hit a 223 yield in 10s. We're off 9 basis points from that. But let's go over some reasons why. In the first place we have to start, of course, is the Fed and all the uncertainty and all the unintended consequences of a market that isn't really like a bottle of wine with the cork out breathing normally. It's very difficult to get a GPS on a market that has such a huge presence by the Federal Reserve. But there is one area with regard to the taper that's been getting a lot of play, and it's the mortgage arena. And a couple of weeks ago, we had Dallas Fed President Richard Fisher on. What a straight common sense guy, by the way. And when asked about mortgages in particular in the taper, here's what he had to say. My own personal preference, and I can only speak for myself, would be in the mortgage-backed securities. We had a rebound in housing. I think it's done its job. We're at risk of overkill. We are accumulating so much. What do we do with it? That's his quote. I'll take it a step farther. Obviously, we seem on any given day to purchase all the issuance. There are times where we can't purchase enough because there isn't enough issuance. Our cash-in has even weighed in on this, that it's almost not a voluntary taper. It's just a taper because of the depth of the market and the forcefulness of the purchases by the Fed. So let's look at some reasons in no particular order for the rise in interest rates. And as I said, Fed, but we can include all central banks. I've said it 1,000 times. All stimulus is fungible, whether it comes from Japan, whether it comes from Europe, the UK, the US. It all finds its it all ends up in the same stream, and you can't pull out a different water molecule of liquidity from any given central bank. Better economy. Listen, there's no doubt. How many years after the crisis the economy's getting better? Forgetting the reasons why, forgetting whether programs have helped. But anybody who's ever gone to those fun houses, you know, I'm not the world's tallest person, but I can find plenty of mirrors and fun houses that make me look 7 feet tall. But the appearance of tall, you shouldn't believe you're really that tall. So it's the appearance of better economy. Leverage. Leverage is key, and it goes to convexity and unhedged possible non-agency mortgages. The carry trade is a form of leverage, but remember, the carry trade also includes much of what's going on in Japan. Continue to watch the yen. And this reason, and I asked many traders about why they think interest rates go up, and I don't believe this one, but I have to tell you, I was shocked at how many traders, smart traders, who've been around this floor for decades, just think the fix is in. And that there's people in the market of fixed income that know more than we do about the eventual size and scope of purchase programs.